Welcome back to my channel. I am here with a book review for y'all. Let's genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, let's pray that I can get through this video without somebody playing a mixtape, somebody fighting in the streets. You know, I live somewhere where every single person who has a Mustang Hellcat car wants to go down the street whenever I'm filming. So let's just pray that I can get through this video without that happening. Anyways, y'all like my hair? Is it giving Sabrina the Carpenter? Anyways, so today I'm gonna be giving y'all a review of my first Why Choose. Okay, this is a big moment for me because like we have a lot to talk about with this, because let me tell y'all, got my fan on, it's hot. Let me tell y'all, I was never a Why Choose girl. Okay, I always thought, you know, the polyamory was not for me. I was always like, I don't know, right? Like, I'm very much like, you know, one man type of girl, like my one love, right? But this book changed my mind. Okay, so wait, I forgot to, this is the book. Okay, we read in Double Puck. I don't remember the author right now because like I'm just so excited. I just finished this book and I need to talk to y'all about it. But I'm gonna give y'all my honest review. There will be spoilers. I'm gonna tell y'all everything that went down in the book if you don't want to read it. It was not very long, honestly. I just drug it out longer than I needed to because I don't know, like I was in a book slump. Okay, this book is the book that took me out of my book slump, and now I'm just like, the world is my oyster. Like, I cannot wait to pick my next book. I still need to finish A Game of Retribution and that whole Hades Persephone series, but I want to, but I don't want to, because like I'm not ready for that book series to end. Like, that is my favorite book series right now. Like, after the Maid series, it's that one. So I'm not ready for it to be over, so I'm probably gonna keep dragging my feet on that one. But yeah, Double Pucked. Let me tell y'all as we gonna get into it. I'm gonna tell y'all what I like, I'm gonna tell y'all what I didn't like. I got notes. Okay, I got notes on my new ass iPad. So the story starts off, we are in San Francisco, I believe, and the shorty name is Trina. Okay, Trina, she a freak like Trina. Okay, and Trina has a boyfriend that is really into hockey. So this is a hockey Why Choose romance. Okay, so we got two big dogs. Okay, I like that. Anyway, so Trina, she lives in San Francisco. She works at a bookstore. She has a little dog with one leg. The dog got one leg, and her dog is freaky. Her dog is a freaky frog. Her dog likes used underwear. So she comes home, her boyfriend watching hockey. They got tickets to a hockey game coming up soon. And her dog starts choking. So she takes her dog to the vet. And like, she knows her dog likes eating used underwear. So she thinks like, oh, he just probably got into my underwear again. So she takes the baby to the vet. The vet pulls out some underwear, and he's like describing the underwear to her, and she's like, "Ha!" Cause I don't wear them type of underwear. They were a thong, girl. They were a thong, and she's like, "I don't even wear thongs. Like, what the fuck?" And so that's when she puts two and two together, that while she was at work or something, her man was cheating, and her man got a man butt. And I was like, "Why are you?" We didn't get past the video without a Hellcat driving by. Okay, anyway, her man got a man bun. I like men with hair, but something about man buns, you just really can't trust them. And so this nigga, she go home, she's like, hey, like, my dog coughed up some draws, and you know, he lies and he says, oh yeah, like I was helping the neighbor girl with her laundry, because like I guess they only had one washer, some situation like that. And he was like, yeah, I just let her dry off her underwear or her clothes with mine, and you know, he must have got to the underwear or whatever. She was like, oh, is that what happened? And he's like, yeah, like it must have been like one of her, you know, pairs of underwear might have got in with ours or whatever. And so she's like, oh, so they were clean? And he's like, yeah, they were clean. And so she's like, I know you a motherfucking lie, because my dog only like used drawers, and he only like chewing the crotch off of used drawers. And that's when he was caught. And so she acted like she needed some time and that she was gonna forgive him. And she ended up moving out, taking all her stuff, and going to stay with her best friend. And then she took his hockey tickets and she got him some jerseys and some hockey pucks that she was gonna gift to him for his birthday. And she went to the she took the shit, right? And then when she got to her best friend, she came up with the plan that she was gonna go, because it was like some VIP tickets. You got to meet the players and everything. And he really loves hockey. She hates sports. And she just like me, like, I don't really like sports. I used to like playing football, but I don't really like football. But, you know, when I had a boyfriend that liked football, like, I was really into it because he was really into it. And I got him, like, jerseys and shit. You know, like, I was that type of girl. So, like, I feel her on that. Like, when I know my man likes something, I'm going to buy you whatever. Listen. I was a dumbass. She's a little bit. Like, I'm not saying she's a dumbass. Because, like, spoil your man back. I'm not that type. No more. I'm lying. I am. But I don't know, like, I'm just that type of girl. Like, I get it. I try not to be, but I am. Unfortunately, I'm not that type of girl. So, where was I? She goes to the hockey game. She gets a sign, says something about that she didn't ask man, right? But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So this is a dual POV book. So there's three POVs. There is Trina, then we meet Chase, who is on, I want to say he's on the Avengers, and then Riker is on the Sea Dogs, okay? I could have that totally backwards, but just know that they both play on separate teams, but they are best friends and they are hockey dudes, okay? Chase is Golden Retriever. He is, you know, I assume he has like the light brown hair. He's that type, right? And then Riker is the grumpy one. See, Riker is more my type. Like, I like a big dude that's like, he has like dark hair. I don't really like beards too much. I don't like beards at all, but I don't know, just based on the description, Riker seems like more my type. And so in my head, because, you know, I like to make everything tailored to me, I think Chase is my Charlie Hunnam. Right, y'all follow me? And then I would say Riker is like, I give him either Roman Reigns or Jason Momoa. Like, they don't say he has long hair, but it don't matter. This is my mental thing, okay? So these are my, this is Chase and this is Riker for me, okay? All right, period. So they're best friends. They've been best friends since they was kids. Their mama's his best friends, you know, right? And so when they do this meet and greet, they're doing a meet and greet because Riker, he has like, you know, he's a grumpy guy. So, you know, he has this reputation that they want him to fix. And so he needs to, you know, meet with fans and like be nice or whatever, right? And so when they both see Trina from before the game, meet and greet, they is feeling her immediately. They're like, oh my gosh, she cute in their head. They don't say nothing to each other, but they both like looking at her and like everybody else can see it. Remember this, okay? Everybody else can tell that they're both attracted to Trina. Okay, remember that. And so they meet her. The fan experience goes, they have a meet and greet. Then afterwards, they have like a little hangout after the game. And then after that, there's like some kind of separate event that they go to, like weeks later, okay? Is it a week later? This whole book takes place in a span of 1 week, one singular week. Please remember that. So she meets them. She watches the game. She does a little sign talking about her cheating ex, right? Then they go to a bar afterwards because this is part of the fan experience. They go in the limo. They they hang out with a fan, the VIP fan. I don't know why there wasn't multiple VIP fans or something. I don't know. I don't fucking know why she was the only one, but she was the only one. It did not start off freaky, okay? I'm telling y'all, it did not start off freaky. It was not going too fast. I don't think. But they sit down, they talk, they're playing games in the bar, play pool, da 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 da. And she tells them, she's like, yeah, like, I don't really like hockey, like, I got these tickets because I found out my ex was cheating on me. And then she tells them the story about the dog. And then Chase really likes dogs. And so he's like, oh my God, like, I was just reading that story because I guess the vet is kind of hot and, like, he's popular online. And so he told the story about the dog that coughed up underwear, and that's how the mama found out that, you know, whatever. So he's like, oh my god, like, oh my god, I can't believe what happened to you. Type. And, you know, then they start going into details about, like, her boyfriend and her situation. It does not, it's not as fast as I'm telling y'all, but it takes a couple chapters, and then she gets into the part where she's never finished with her ex or anybody. Like, she's never finished. And she was like, yeah, like, they're flabbergasted. Like, the niggas was stunned. They had nothing to say, because it's like, first of all, they both think she's fine as hell, and they're like, what? Like, what? And she says, like, her ex told her that it was because she was so uptight, and she did not know how to relax. Been there. And that's really on him. Like, that's on you that you didn't make your girl feel comfortable enough to relax. But anyway, both of them are like, they're all drinking. They're taking shots. They're taking shots of tequila. And they're like, we need to figure out how to make this happen for you. But they're not necessarily offering themselves. Like, they're offering to be her matchmakers. So she goes to the bathroom and she's like, okay, like, I'm a little buzzed. They both fine as hell. Like, they taking pictures throughout the night to try to make her ex jealous, because, like, that's her whole plan, is to make him jealous by hanging out with his idols, because he absolutely adores these two hockey players. And so she comes back and she's like, I want both of y'all. She don't say it like that. But, you know, she puts it on the table. And at first, you know, they have this little pact. This pact is very important to the story. So, anyways, this pact is very important to the story because there was some, you know, y'all know them people. I'm trying to give y'all a good example. Y'all know, like, the pickup artists. Okay, it was a woman pickup artist, basically, and she dated both of them, but she told them both a different name. So she was secretly dating them and, like, some other men by telling them different names. And her reasoning was that, you know, she's doing exactly what men do. Like, you know, they date a whole bunch of people and, like, they tell them lies and different stories. And so that was their situation, and they ended up thinking that the other one stole a girl, but that really wasn't the case. The bitch was just lying. And so they made a pact that was like, we're never gonna let another girl come between our friendship. Right? So they were both ready to surrender Trina to the other one, because they're like, okay, I can see my homie likes her, I like her, but I'm gonna let him. Like, both of them are ready to do that. They're best friends, okay? And so they're taking us, like, while she was in the bathroom, they were coming up with, like, this plan. They're like, okay, well, we're not gonna, we need to figure out how to handle this situation, because our pact, right? Our pact. And I don't know, somehow they come up with the plan that it's not really coming between them if they're sharing her. I guess they never did that before. So, like I said, they're taking shots. They go back to Chase's place because Riker's getting his floors finished, and they do not have the three-way that y'all probably think. They did not just jump right into a three-way. Okay, I promise you they didn't. It was very, like, y'all, I am upset. My bad, y'all. So my camera stopped recording. Anyways, I don't know where I was at. I think the name of the author is, I think her name is Lauren. If her name is not Lauren, we just know how you Lauren. I'm so sorry, girlfriend. But Lauren put her whole cootie cat in this book. Okay, let me tell y'all. So it starts in the limo. Starts in the limo. There is, you know, just some you know, light kissing and things going on. Wait, did they kiss in the limo? I think so. I don't. Wait, no, maybe that's not true. Maybe. I think one of them kissed her neck in the limo. She was just, like, between them, and they're just, like, talking. Lauren. Let me look up her name real quick. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, because I don't want to get her name wrong. Yes, her name is Lauren. Lauren Blakely. Shout out to Lauren. Okay. Okay. No, Lauren, girl. I like talking. Like, I just like the talking. That's what I read these books for. I just want to hear the talking. I want to hear them talk. And they was talking, y'all. This book has the best talking I've ever seen. This book is full of talking you through it. How do I tell y'all? Okay. And, I got so much to say. Anyways. They talking. They talking in the car. They get to the crib. They bust in the door. They bust in the door. In it, right? I forgot who had her first. Her and somebody was kissing on the wall. Then the other one come in after parking the car. Not parking the car, but hell, I don't even remember. It was just so much going on in that first scene. But they didn't do it. Okay, they didn't do it. They were just, you know, get in the car. There was some touching, you know. I want to tell y'all. I don't want to, like, I want to tell y'all what happened, but I don't want to spoil it because I want y'all to read it yourself. But girl, they bust in the door. He got her on the wall. He touching things while she's on the wall. Y'all, damn, my fan died. Anyways, oh my God, okay. After that, they go to the room. They first, like, encounters is all about Miss Girl, because they said, oh, you ain't never did that. They made her do it like 3 times, okay? Big ones. She didn't even know she could do that, okay? And then after she took care of them, they didn't do it yet. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. They was just in it, but they didn't do it, okay? Then she had aftercare. She ain't never had aftercare either. Never had aftercare. They aftercared her so good, and then they cuddled her, and then they went to sleep. Then she was like, you know what? That was kind of embarrassing. You know, I didn't know they didn't fix beds like 3 times last night. I gotta go to work. I gotta get my dog from my best friend's house. Like, I got to go to work. She thinks she's gonna. Oh, let me tell y'all before I get too excited. I'm taking 1 star off of this book for my biggest pet peeve in books, okay? My biggest pet peeves is when the author uses the word pad. Oh my God, like, I hate that. That makes my fucking skin crawl. 1, I have a feet phobia. I hate feet all around, like anything that has to do with feet. I would prefer if authors would use, oh, I tiptoed through the house, I tipped in the kitchen, I crept to the kitchen. Pad? Ew. And they use the word pad 7 times in this book. I have a pad. The first thing on this my notes is a pad counter. I hate when they be like, oh, like I padded to the kitchen. Ew. Like, oh my God, that's just so. I hate when authors do that. Like, that instantly takes a star off. Like, if she did it once, I would have just been like, ugh, ugh. But she did it 7 times. Like, she loves the word pad. And Lauren, I need you to remove that from your vocabulary, okay? Authors in general. Sorry, I really made myself gag there. Stop using the word pad. I padded to the. Stop. Just say I walked, I tiptoed, I crept. Use a different word. Pad is fucking disgusting, okay? So, that's the first time that's the first one I remember. Anyone after that, I don't remember, but that's what made me start the counter, because when I read that, I was like, okay, this is gonna piss me off. So, she says she did that word. She was trying to get her clothes. Some of her clothes was in the living room. She heard that neither one of them was in the bedroom. She got up. So, she's trying to, like, creep and get her stuff, put her clothes on. Get the fuck. They in the kitchen cooking pancakes. And so she's trying to creep out. She's like, oh, yeah, like, I had a great time. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, where are you going? Like, she thinks, okay. I just realized something. So, a lot of assumptions being made. She just did it with these 2 men. Not did it. They didn't do it. But, like, they did something. Okay, y'all need to read it. They did something. They had dessert. And, you know, she's feeling a little, she's like, oh, they probably don't want me to hang around. They probably think I'm like a groupie or something. I need to get the fuck, right? That's an assumption. Like, you assume that that's what they felt about you. But neither one of them said that. Neither one of them treated you like that. So why are you doing that? That will come in later. Anyways, They're like, we made you breakfast. And she's like, oh, I thought y'all wanted me like out of y'all hair. First of all, Grumpy, Grumpy washed her clothes for her while she was asleep. That is so sweet. He washed her clothes for her. And like, you know, I guess he wasn't really talking too much that morning. Like, he was talking a little bit, but he wasn't talking too much. And so she took that as like, oh, he doesn't want anything to do with me. But then Chase was like, he washed her clothes. Like, he wanted to make sure everything was warm and folded for you when you gotta please stay and have breakfast with us, basically. They do. She stays. They have breakfast. And I don't exactly remember how the arrangement came into play. I'm pretty sure it was when they were in the kitchen, but Chase was basically like, stay with me, both of y'all. Just stay with me. You getting your floors finished. You are in the middle of finding an apartment or whatever. You get your dog. Come stay here for the week. And she's like, what? Are you sure? And he's like, yes. Now, this is where I start to, like, I love the book, but this is where I start to get annoyed because, mind you, these are 3 adults. 3 adults. 1, 2, 3. Why? I don't know if you can count it as a miscommunication trope, but basically they're all assuming different things about each other. So the guys want to do it again with her. She wants to do it again with them. But all of them are like, oh, I feel like they don't want to do it with me. Like, just fucking talk. Like, y'all are 3 adults. Like, you are all having the exact same thoughts. Why are we not just talking about it? So, and that's not even what happened next. Like, they go on to have their respective days. She does her job. They go to practice, do whatever the hell they do as hockey boys. And they're all, like, having this mental battle of, I want to do it again, but I don't want to, whatever, right? Like, I understand why Chase is thinking that, because he asked her to stay, and he's like, I don't want her to think that I want her to stay just because of, you know, what we did. Like, I don't want her to think that it's an exchange for us doing it. I just want her to have, I like this girl. I want her and her to, I like dogs. I want her to stay here. So, I understand his reasoning. Riker does not make sense. Trina does not make sense. If you liked it, just tell them, like, whatever. So, it ends up coming up somehow. One of them, they have this, you know, the angst. They have the angst. And it comes up, they want to do it again. They all decide, like, I want to do it again. So they do it again. I'm trying to remember how this goes. Because, like, y'all, I was so into the scenes. I've never been so into. I've read so much, okay, but this, fuck the P word thing, okay, the pad word, fuck that. The spice, five of them, 5 little chili, 5 of them, okay. The best talking I've ever read. Lauren, girl. I don't even know how I'm gonna finish this review. Anyway, long story short, she got a list. Because mind you, she's new to this. She's new to this world, okay? She ain't never had 2 at the time. But wait, I'm getting too into the this is, hold on, y'all. Let me compose myself. Okay. The reason why my title of this video is my title of this video, because I have never considered having 2 boyfriends ever. Like, I've always been like, you know, I'm a one dude type of girl. And honestly, the representation for, you know, polyamory is not the best, okay? Everybody, no tea, no shade, everybody that I've seen who has, you know, 2 partners have been chopped. The women that I've seen that have 2 boyfriends or multiple boyfriends, I've mainly seen, like, an older woman with, like, stop laughing, I'm filming a video. I've seen an older woman with 2 younger boyfriends. That one girl from that one show that had, like, they looked like they could possibly be furries, and she had, like, 3-4 boyfriends, and they all looked like they work at GameStop or something like that. Anyway, the representation for women and having multiple partners has not been the best. Like, and then when it comes to the dudes having 2 girlfriends, like I said, chop. or the famous ones, known manipulators, not very good people. So when it came to polyamory, in my head, I was just like, yeah, no, I don't see it. And on top of that, I can't be a hypocrite. I find men annoying. So what would I barely like one. What do I look like liking two? Like, that was just crazy to me. But aside from how spicy this book is, both of these dudes genuinely love her. Like, that is what sold me, because they literally get into it almost. They almost get into it because they want to solve problems for her. She asked one of them to, like, pick up a pound cake or something, because, you know, she accidentally lied about a pound cake and she needs to bring her sister a pound cake. So she texted Riker and was like, hey, can you find a pound cake for me? I need to deliver something. And he did it. And Chase got a little bit jealous because he's like, I want to be the one to solve her problems too. Like, I want to help her with something. And Riker's like, you gave her a place to stay, so you solved that problem. Me getting her a little pound cake is not that serious. Like, they both want to, like, protect her. They both want to buy her things. They both want to spoil her. They both want to solve her problems. And that, both of them, is the reason why I would consider having two boyfriends. Because not only that, but when they're doing what they do, it's all about her. Mind you, I started reading this book a long time ago. Then I stopped reading it because I got in the book slump. And then recently, when I'm reading it now for this video, I started from the beginning. And I remember why I was like, I could see myself doing this. Because they both love her, and they both are taking care of her, and they both just want her to be happy and taken care of and safe. And all of the traits that I love in a man are in both of them. And neither one of them are just, oh my God, like, they respect her so much. They don't see her as anything less because she's enjoying herself with both of them. And it's just like, bro, why can't that be me? Because, like, I don't know, like, y'all, I don't know. I like that they both have different personalities. And their common ground is her. Like, Chase, very much golden retriever. And it's just like, ugh, bro, help. Ayuda. I don't know where I was going with it. That's just really, that was, in between the spicy scenes, there's a lot of thoughtfulness and just them being utterly obsessed with her. Like, they literally worship the ground that this girl walks on. And I think that is why, like, I hate when people are like, oh, like, romance books are just, like, girls being gooners. And, like, no, it's not. Our fantasy is different than when men watch porn, because, like, y'all take that porn brain into real life. Our fantasies when we read these books are just men liking women. Like, men being decent human beings to women. Men not using women as objects. Men prioritizing their relationships and treating the girl like a princess. Like, literally, that's our fantasy. That if that's gooning, then shit, I'm a fucking gooner, okay? Because, like, I'm addicted to romance. Like, when I read these books, I'm not here for the horny that much. Like, I would love to see it. Like, honestly, I love to see it. But that is also a part of the fantasy, because a lot of y'all are not good at that either. So when we see a man be good at it, a man that actually wants to see the woman finish, that's our fantasy. And that's really sad, but the fantasy is seeing men treat women decently and making her finish. Like, that's where we're at, okay? So aside from the freakiness, the way they care for her, she never had aftercare. They listen to the things that she likes, dislikes. Riker, Grumpy, right? He's a nerd. Like, he's a nerd. He likes big words. He likes books. He's been to her bookstore, but, you know, she doesn't know hockey, so she didn't know that it was him, like, when he came previously. And so he's helping her. I mean, she's helping him with his image. Like, she takes pictures of him. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna give y'all the whole book. This is actually one that I'm not gonna tell y'all start to finish what goes on, but I really want y'all to go read it. This is a fantastic book. Anyways, the issues. We're gonna get into the issues that I've had with this book. I've already kind of got into it a little bit. I don't like that there are 3 adults who cannot communicate, okay? Once the week is up, she already has her own apartment, so that's why she's only staying for a week. She gets approved for a new apartment, but she can't move in until the week after they're living together. That's why she's living with them, because she's waiting for her new apartment to be finished. What's the tea? Something happens that causes each one of them, not like they didn't get into a fight, but they had to come up with they had to come up with a fix for the situation, because at the end of the day, these are two professional hockey players. They both they're public figures. So both of them have an issue with the public seeing Trina a certain type of way, but technically everybody sees Trina as Chase's girlfriend, because they took a picture of them at the dog park. They wasn't even doing nothing at the dog park. They were just standing next to each other at the dog park. So they're like, oh, Chase is dating the girl from the VIP experience. And then they seen her out with Riker taking pictures, of him. And so they're like, oh, Chase's girlfriend is hanging out with so-and-so. Whatever. And so they get into it, and the conflict of the situation is they don't stop her when she leaves. Riker, grumpy, he don't really know how to express his feelings, which is really stupid. I'll tell y'all why it's stupid in a second. But Chase, he's a fixer. Chase wants to fix this situation. So instead of asking everybody else what they want, Chase is like, this is what we're gonna do, da-da-da. And so that's really where the fight stemmed from. It's like, you didn't ask us how we felt, you didn't ask her how she felt. I'm not quite sure. I think this is after the fact. But before this conflict, they get into it, and this is where I started really taking notes, because Trina, they're talking about the pact, first of all. Neither one of them have addressed the fact that they're in love with her yet. And Trina comes in and is like, oh my god, you guys are talking about me, she assumes that they see her as an object, or that the pact was about them banging her. And I'm like, girl, this is you're only staying with them for 9 days. This is day 6. If you were concerned about that being an issue, you should have been concerned on day 1. They already been in that. Okay, they already been in your water park. Okay, so I'm not quite sure why you're being sensitive right now. And also, you did not listen to the context of their conversation. It had nothing to do with you. So she was being unnecessarily sensitive, and she was like, oh my god, I thought you guys didn't really want me, and you were treating me nothing that they were saying to each other sounded anything remotely close to what she was talking about, or correlated to what the fuck she was talking about. It was all in her head, and I think that was very stupid. You're a grown-ass woman. Just talk to them. That's just me. And so they end up telling her what the pact was about the girl that played both of them. And she went from being upset to being like, oh my god, I hate her. Whatever. But it's oh girl, shut the fuck up. That's what I felt when I read that. I was just like, girl, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? You're assuming shit for whatever reason. And then that's what also happened with their conflict. After that happened, she was like, before she left Chase's place, she was like, editing me here, I forgot to add to this part, the reason why it was so stupid, this whole argument or her assumptions, is because she hung out with their family members, and she's been around a couple of their friends or whatever, and everybody else can see immediately how in love with her they both are, and she's just acting like she doesn't know anything. And even from the very beginning, when she first met them, they both could tell that the other person was into them. So it's why are you acting like you have no clue that these two dudes like you or have feelings for you? Because their gestures and the way that they look at you and the way they treat you is very much giving they're in love with you. So why the fuck are you assuming and being a fucking crybaby and thinking that they don't like you? The public saw you and this nigga standing next to each other and thought that y'all was together. So what part of that gives he's not in love with me? I don't know. She's just an idiot. And neither one of them really said anything. Riker chased her out of the building, and it was really, the scene was fucking stupid, girl. It was dumb. And then they started acting like they were never gonna see each other again. First of all, the dudes had to leave after the week. Both of the dudes' teams had to play in different cities. So the whole book, they're acting like after this week is over, there's no possibility of them ever seeing each other again. Which is ridiculous because, mind you, after they went to go do their own business for the week, she moved into her apartment, they went to go do other shit. They're like, oh, like, I can't stop thinking about her. Girl, that was only like a chapter. Like, y'all was only gone for like 2-3 days. Why were y'all acting like you will never see her again? Just go do your shit and then come back and then talk to her. Like, I don't understand why that was such a, like, why are y'all acting like, oh, we're moving across the country and I'll never see her again. Like, y'all are just leaving the city for 2 days. Like, why is it that so serious? It was just unnecessary. I don't know. That shit pissed me off. I was like, can we grow up? Like, what the fuck? It's so much more that happens, like, between all three of them in their lives and their thoughts. So I suggest y'all read it for that reason. But, girl, I was just like, you would think that y'all finna leave for like a month or something. Y'all left for 2 to 3 days max. Y'all came back and the boys talked to each other and tried to figure out how they was gonna get Trina back. They went to go get her back. And the scene where they get her back was hella corny. She was being hella corny. She assumed that they didn't like her back, which was stupid because these, like, everything that these dudes have done in this book have shown her or attempted to show her that they were feeling her. Like, they took her shopping, they spoil her, they buy her gifts, they do everything in the world for her to show her that they fuck with her, and they tell her that they fuck with her. So it's like, why are we thinking that they don't like you? Just because it didn't make sense. She was being ridiculous. And mind you, these are 3 adults. And I'm not talking about 3 adults like, oh, she's like 18, 19. No, like, I would assume, based on this story, because her sister has her shit together, she's like in her 20s. The girl was dumb. Okay? Trina is dumb. For somebody so smart for most of the book, she was dumb for a lot of it. And I was just like, yeah, that's annoying. But other than that, like I said, the scenes, the way they treat her, the way they talk about her to other people, to each other, the way they think about her, I was obsessed. Okay, all bullshit aside, all her being annoying, them being annoying aside, y'all are 3 adults, y'all should talk to each other. But that aside, I would have 2 boyfriends for that reason. Like, 2 people that's equally in love with me, 2 people that's obsessed with me, 2 people that want to take care of me and spoil me and buy me things, and they love my animals, and they want to see me happy, and they want to make me happy, and they want to give me 3 to 4 every night. Like, a girl can dream. So, yeah, that's my review. I would give it 3.9 out of 5. 5 chili peppers. Okay. I cannot. There's more books in this series, I think, but I don't think they have anything to do with Trina and the other 2. So I guess, like, that's it for that. I don't know what my next book is going to be yet. We'll see what I'm craving. But, y'all need to read it. This is one that I cannot give y'all the rundown start to finish. Y'all just need to read it. Okay? Y'all need to get into it because, girl, double puck, Lauren, you ate that. You ate that, girl. Okay? That's all I gotta say. I might even, like, I think I'm not gonna delete this book out of my library. Like, I'm gonna save it because I want to go back to it. Yeah. So, yeah. That's all I got. Subscribe to be along for the ride. I stream on Twitch a couple times a week. I try to say, like, oh, I stream on Mondays, but I really stream whenever I feel like it, because some Mondays I just don't be feeling good. So I stream when I feel like it. Yeah, give me your book recommendations in the comments, okay? Yeah, pray for me. Bye, y'all.
Got ARPs and Glock don't trip, it's plenty poles. Swing the back door, I'm the back end, bitch, I'm throwing foes. Shorty throwing foes, I'm throwing balls back out of overthrow.